Hola a todos. Me di cuenta que en el video pasado no habla en español. I didn't speak Spanish for the last two videos. Y en este video voy a tratar de agregar español un poco as I speak. Pero no estoy segura si, well, I'll try. I was going to say, I'm not sure if I can, but I'm going to try. First of all, let's talk about this hairstyle because I don't know why I didn't film it. Sometimes my mom does my hair and I don't film it because I just be like focused on work. Yo yo trabajo desde mi casa, entonces a veces estoy muy enfoco en mi carrera, en mi trabajo, entonces no tengo tiempo para set up my camera and like film and be moving the camera from here to there to here to there to here to there. Okay, so I didn't film it. And I hate that I didn't film it because this is probably one of the most cuntiest hairstyles I've had to date. I feel so sexy with this hairstyle. I look so good with this hairstyle. So I think one thing about me, una cosa de yo, sí, is I love when my hair is up. Like I just feel like a model. The only thing I don't love about the hairstyle is that, like, actually, no, I was gonna say the only thing I don't love is like the pieces don't stay straight, but it's okay. It gives it personality. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this hairstyle. I just look so good. Okay, so that's not the point of this video. So this is a FaceTime with me. My hearts. Okay, I'm back. Y yo pone ¿cómo se dice? Los corazones arriba de mi cabeza. See, I love these hearts. Anyways, I hope I said that right. Sometimes I be speaking and I don't be saying it right. Okay, so let's get into Pride. So let me set the scene for you because I've never been to a DC Pride before. I've never been to any like gay events other than the gay event that I told you I went to, the game night. So this past weekend I was like, okay, it's Worldwide Pride in DC. Let me try it. I wasn't able to do DC Black Pride because one of my homegirls was getting married and I was out of town for it, which I still need to edit that vlog. I'm gonna work on that this week. I'm gonna try to have it up this week. I'm gonna try. So, what was I getting at? So I went to this event and I saw it on Instagram and it was titled Sapphique, which I guess is a word for lesbian girl. I don't know. I think the word is sapphic, which I don't even know. Don't even get me started. I ain't too much into the community like that. Like, I'm in the community, but I don't be knowing the history and the stuff. So I don't know. I just be seeing people use the word sapphic a lot. And when they use it, they refer to the lesbianas, but no say. So the event was called Sapphique, right? And I had actually initially asked Brianna, my best friend, to go with me, which by the way, she is 110% straight. I just wanted someone to go with so that I wasn't alone. And then, throughout the week, I was just like, no, I don't want to go. Because I thought the event was like, I wasn't sure if the event was like a dating event or something like that. And I really didn't want to go somewhere where the intention was to find like a lover. Because like all of the flyers and information that I was seeing about the event started talking about find your lover this, find your lover that. And I wasn't feeling that. Also, I told you guys when I went to the game night, there was a lot of young people. And so I was like, I definitely don't want to go somewhere where it's a bunch of young people trying to find love because definitely don't want to find love with nobody young. Okay. So I was like, I'm not going. And then on Friday, I was getting my hair done and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go out and I'm going to try to find myself something to get into. So on Friday, I step out and I got to show you guys how I was looking because I looked so cute. Like Friday, the outfits for this week, I crushed them. Okay. I don't think any of us are ever surprised when I crush them, but like I was blown away by the beauty. So I get to the Sapphique event. It was advertised as a 100% lesbian event. Why when I get to the event, I walk in there and there's just a bunch of men. And I was texting, so I went by myself and I don't usually go. So I go out by myself. Like I'll go to the movies, I'll go to dinner, like I'll go to a cute, quiet, quaint place by myself. But I don't typically go out to like a lounge, a club, or bar by myself because y'all know I don't drink. So it's like I don't even get the opportunity to get some liquid courage in me to try to interact with people. And if you've never met me in person, you must know now that I am very shy. Like I'm just a shy person. It takes a lot out of me to force myself to hold a conversation. And that's it is what it is. So being out in public gives me anxiety. fake anxiety, not real anxiety, but like I just be like, oh, I can't do it. Like it's a whole mental game up here, right? All right, so I get to the place, I'm looking around, there's just a bunch of men in there, and I'm texting my homegirl because I'm like, I'm here. It was 11 o'clock at night, like praying that she would stay up so I'd have somebody to talk to while I just get myself acclimated in the space. And she's like, maybe they're gay men, and I'm like, no, these are 100% straight men. Like you just know, you know. So there's the event is filled with straight men, and I'm looking around, I'm like, where are the ladies? There were more men than women. So I go to the bar and I get a mocktail because I'm like, the mocktail can help to pass time until the vibe is what I need it to be or whatever. So I go to the bar, and after the bar I like realized I was in people's way at the bar. Like, I was just standing at the bar. The music wasn't really it was like random, like just random ass songs, right? So I moved to like the center of the I moved to the center of the lounge, and then being in the center, I'm like, this is kind of weird because I'm not dancing. Oh yeah, so another fun fact, I don't dance. Like I am very much so like pretty girl wallflower, which is why I just don't wallflower. That was nice. I think the phrase is actually wallfly, but I don't dance. No bailo, nunca. I don't twerk. I barely do a two-step. Like I just don't dance. Okay. So I was I was standing in the center of the freaking place, and I just felt like I didn't belong. I felt awkward. Anyways, I go upstairs, and there was like a staircase, like a railing. So I just stood there, and I basically people watched the whole night. Okay, I'm giving you guys the long rundown of the story, but thank you for listening. So I'm standing by the freaking staircase, right? And I'm just watching everybody like go up, go down, just literally people watching. And I probably stood there for a good, I think I stood there for a good like 30 minutes, not talking to anybody, just looking. And honestly, when I was looking around, I was kind of just like, there were more women up there. There were more women upstairs, but it was giving, like I did see some of the girls that I saw at the game night. So like younger women. And then I just saw, you could just tell like when they're younger, you know? So that being said, I was kind of just like thinking to myself, okay, I should leave. As I thought that, a woman like walks downstairs, and you know when when somebody makes eye contact with you, you just kind of, but it doesn't mean anything. You're just like the awkward like, and then back to straight face. So I do the smile, and as she's going downstairs, she goes back upstairs. So she was walking back upstairs, and I remember thinking to myself, please don't come to me, because I was not even trying to signal to you, nothing. I just know that we made eye contact, so I wasn't trying to have like my straight face, which now that I'm looking at it is not mean. Like sometimes I question if I give like resting bitch face, because I don't know if I do. Usually when I go out, people don't talk to me, so I'm like, maybe I look mean. Anyways, she comes upstairs, she comes to me, and she comes to me, and what after she comes to me, she was like freaking slizzed out of her mind. So I mean, she was pretty or whatever, but she wasn't even my type to do anything with. But she was drunk out of her mind, high out of her mind. Eyes was rolling to the back of her head. She gave me her hand to do a handshake. One thing about me, I hate a weak-ass handshake. Like, don't even give me your handshake if all you're going to do is tap my hand. You might as well keep that away. I'm not going to say I can read energy, but I will tell you, if you give me your hand and it's a weak handshake, I done read enough. I know everything I need to know about you. Really, I don't. I just know that you give weak handshakes, and I don't like that. Like, rule 101 of confidence in a corporate setting. Granted, this wasn't a corporate setting, but like, I just feel like when you put your hand out, that's you saying, here, touch me. Why would you offer like a level of intimacy and give me your weakest version of it? You know what I mean? Like, give me some strength. Make some eye contact. Like, the shit was just weak. Anyways, if it was strong, would it have mattered? Probably not. But the weakness didn't help. So, and then I'm looking at her and I'm like, this girl gotta be 22, 23. She was really pretty though. Like, really pretty in the face. It just wasn't like, I don't even want to go into details or whatever. She just, whatever. She was like, I want to get to, with the eyes rolling to the back of the head, y'all. I think I want to get to know you. And I'm like, I think I said to her, girl, how old are you? And she did not address the question. Instead, she goes, can I give you my Instagram? So I just unlocked my phone and gave it to her to put the Instagram in or whatever. And then if she said anything else, I don't know. I don't think I said anything else. And then she went And that was that. Okay. And so after that, I definitely was thinking, all right, maybe I need to leave. But the music was kind of getting better. So I was like, let me just see. I'm still at the staircase, like just vibing or whatever. And there was a girl standing next to me. And I should have probably led with this because this story is going really long. Anyways, there was a girl next to me and she was just standing there. And I noticed she was standing there for a while. So a few minutes passed, and then I turned to her and I said, are you here alone? No, here's the thing about that question, because whenever I go out alone, I hate when people come up to me and ask me if I'm there alone. More so it's because I like being alone, so I don't want you to come thinking that this is an open invitation for us to talk. But let me tell you the thing about this girl. So I asked her if she was alone. She was like, yeah, we talked about the vibe or whatever, and then we both just like, she did her thing, I did my thing. We both just weren't talking. And then, a few minutes passed and then we engaged in conversation again. So I'm like, okay, this girl gets the vibe. Like, we can just talk, go back to each other's solo time, talk, go back to each other's solo time, talk until we realize, okay, you're a vibe, I'm a vibe, let's keep talking. So, we go back and forth a little bit in conversation, and then I just found out that she was really freaking dope. Like, she was dope. She was really cool. And we just got to talking. I found out that we both we both love, like, for instance, Jocelyn's Cabaret. We both love God. We both are gay. We both were the same age. She's 29, I'm 28. Like, it was just cool. Like, it was cool. On a friendship tip, by the way. It wasn't given, it was not given romantic, which I am 110% okay with. I just wanted to be clear that this was not given like romance. Because I remember I told my friends and they were like, oh, you found somebody? Like, no. Just because it's a girl don't mean I found somebody. Clarifying that. But yeah, she was super dope. The next day we ended up hanging out again. We went to a bar. It was having like a lesbian party after the DC parade. I did not go to the actual parade, but we just went to the bar and kicked it at the bar for a little bit, and then we walked U Street. U Street was so freaking ghetto. U Street is typically ghetto, but it was unbelievably ghetto, and there were a bunch of little ass kids out. Now, like I said, I've never been to DC Pride, so I don't know how I don't know if kids be out often. I know U Street is typically like the younger crowd. Like, U Street is never gonna give grown and sexy. It's always gonna give young and rowdy, and I'm excited to be outside, and that's cool for the people that like that energy. But I love a good grown and sexy event. Like, I love to be sexy. I love to feel sexy. I love to look sexy. I love sexy. Like, that's me. Okay. So anywhere that I can go that makes me feel like I can put on a beautiful outfit, look beautiful, sexy heels, and do my thing, that's my thing. And U Street wasn't giving that. It was police everywhere. It was kids thrown up everywhere. It was throw up everywhere. And when I say kids, I'm literally like dead ass kids. Like, the kids had to be anywhere from 16 to 18. That's so crazy. I'm at the age where 18 is a kid. I was listening to my last vlog and I was like, maybe when I turn 30, and I thought to myself, girl, 18-year-old you would have hated to hear those words come out your mouth. Shit, you 3 years ago would have hated to hear those words come out your mouth, but I'm really scratching 30. That's another thing. I was talking to I was at the bar. I don't drink. Y'all know I don't drink, so I don't drink. But and I don't even do the mocktail thing for real. Like, I don't. But because I was at the bar with somebody, I was like, okay, let me just get a mocktail because she's sitting here, she's drinking. I'm going to just get something. So there was a menu at the bar, right? And I'm looking at the menu. Like, am I insane for doing that? Obviously not. So the bartender comes up and I'm like, hey, can I get this on the menu? He snatches it and he's like, well, he did tell me earlier that he don't work there, but he told me he don't work there. He's just working that night. But at the same time, all I can do is look at the menu to tell you what I want. So you need to know what's on the menu. Anyway, so I'm telling him, like, okay, I want this on the menu. Why he snatched the menu out of my hand talking about, I told you I don't work here. What do you want? And I'm like, something sweet. So the girl next to me at the bar, not the girl that I went with, there's another girl sitting on the other side of me at the bar. She turns and she goes, how old are y'all? I told her to guess, right? And she goes, 21. So I'm like, no. 23? No. 25? No, girl. So she just kept going up until she got to 28. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, y'all look young. Y'all are babies. Like, I'm like, okay, how old are you? Why the girl gonna say 32? Like, girl, I hate to break it to you, but we are in the same age group. I hate to break it to myself, but 32 is not old. Not, like, we the same age. Come on, girl. Like, please. Please. Okay, so that was how my weekend went. This was an extremely long vlog. I gave y'all a little bit, un poco de español in el, ¿cómo se dice? Beginning. In the beginning. comenzar, empezar. No, that's like to start. Como se dice beginning. Anyways, I gave you a little bit of Spanish in the beginning. I did it with English, and hopefully you were able to follow that story because I kind of just went everywhere. But that is my weekend. Will I go to another Pride? No. And that's another thing. I think I created this idea that like I was missing out because I wasn't going to gay events. I don't think I'll ever go to another gay event, honestly. I think I did enough this past weekend, and it's just like, I hate to say it, but like I didn't see anybody that was my type. And I wasn't even going to see anybody that was my type. But so I'm just in there and it's like, y'all ain't my type. So for all this, I could just go to a straight event and look at people that ain't my type. And the straight events be a little bit more lit anyways. I don't really know what type of vibe I was feeling at these events, but I think it's just a younger crowd. Like I think when they put the label on it, like gay event, I think it just brings a younger crowd. That was my experience. But yeah, the girl that I met was super dope. I'm looking forward to like getting to know her more. Yeah, like that I say all this to say like I had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. I was pondering on the idea of indulging, and I'm glad that I did because I got to meet a friend. I got to make a friend. I got to meet somebody. So, yeah, that's that. I don't know if I can tell. I couldn't stop looking at myself this entire vlog, so I'm gonna stop talking because y'all don't need to hear about how beautiful I think I am. Like, comment, subscribe. Watch the latest episode of the Constance Annan Show because we get into all things Bravo, Brit Edie, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. On my RHOA girls, you already know what went down with Brit and Bravo. And if you don't, check out the Constance Annan Show. Always link down below in the description box. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you next time.